So my background academically is in geology and in humanities. And when I first started working at JCU as a sessional, I started in CU 1010. And then I taught in a variety of other subjects. I was a learning advisor. So by the time I circled back around to CU 1010 and did some lecturing and then this online project, I knew the subject pretty well, and I knew how students at the university wrote in different contexts. CU 1010 is effective writing, and it's a skills-based subject. So it's open to students in pathways courses and undergraduate courses through most of the university. And the thing I really like about it is that it's about getting students who don't necessarily have the confidence or the academic background to a point where they can participate in this strange academic place with its weird conventions and expectations, and they can do it with confidence, and they know how to approach that, and their ideas get the credibility they deserve. I think something the students liked about the assessment was that we divided it into two. So there are two other major pieces of assessment in the subject, or that were at the time. There was a mid-semester test and a final essay. And so the participation activities for the first half of the semester directly connected to the mid-semester test. A lot of them were in the same format as the mid-semester test. The content all directly linked to the mid-semester test. So the participation marks they were earning for attempting the content there and the activities there, say going out and finding in their other readings and other subjects an example of a particular kind of work or a particular kind of sentence, directly connected into another piece of assessment. So it was almost like they were counting the work they were doing twice. They were studying for the test and gaining participation marks for it. And we did the same setup with the second half. I think there were a few challenges in the process. A big one for me was accepting that I wasn't going to see all 90 minutes of work. With internal students, they're sitting in front of you, they're doing the work, and even when they're working on an activity that while you're walking around the class helping people at different points, you still see them there working. And that was a big challenge for me to accept. With online students, I wasn't going to see that. And I had to accept that I was going to see the outcome, not the process. I think something else that I wasn't really aware of before I started was the nature of public activities and private activities. So some activities, like group discussions, you get a certain type of response from a student, but then asking them to do personal reflection that they know you or another staff member in the subject are the only person who's going to see it, you get a different kind of response from a student. And I think I stumbled into that working really well. We got a different level of writing reflection from students because we gave them the private space to do it. And you can do that in online in a way that's really difficult if you with an internal only subject. You can do it in an online component of an internal subject, but it was a level of reflection we'd never got in an internal class, and that was really exciting. And I think that combination of the public activity, the group activity where they got to know each other, they got to see each other's ideas, and that private, that was something that I would have really liked to explore if I'd continued working in the subject.